They say greatness can come from anywhere. For me, it began in Ebute Meta. Born into the heartbeat of Lagos, raised in a home where hard work, service, and integrity were not just taught, they were lived. My father of blessed memory was a telecoms engineer, one of the very first in the industry. And my mom on the other side was a trader, in Igbo markets. So from Broad Street to Igbo markets, we experienced entrepreneurship firsthand. I saw the power of entrepreneurship, the ability to create something out of nothing. I saw great values and the salient power of dreaming big.
It was good having a father like that, And our mom was a trader. She sold so many things. We were involved in both businesses. Anytime we were on break from school, it was always the office. So we didn't enjoy, association so much with our contemporaries, with our mates, because we were always going to the office. So we grew up with, his own friends, and then in that office environment, learning, work. We were always working with the engineers.
Education was very important to my dad because he didn't have a university education. So he ensured that we all were graduates. From Ebute Meta Primary School, where I started, to Christ School Ado-Ekiti, where I did my secondary education, to Lagos State University, where I had a degree in physics, to my MBA in Lagos Business School, to UK Telecoms Academy, where I sent myself to, and Harvard Business School, where I had my certificate in strategy and innovation, and also ESA Business School. Everything for me was defining the leader that I was going to become. My career started in MTEL, where I was a telecoms engineer, moved on to becoming a project manager and taking on more senior roles. But deep down inside of me, I knew I wanted something more. I wanted to build something greater.
When it got to MTEL, he became the most sought after engineer in MTEL at the time. He was working in the CEO's office.
We worked together on different assignments. There were certain aspects of it which required a whole lot of monitoring and evaluation to ensure that these things actually, are executed appropriately. And in the process as well, we found out that there were gaps within the system, and we ourselves had our own gaps too. That was when he thought of it that, look, I need to get this project management certification to help me get better. And actually, we had consultants that were working with them who were coming from outside of the organization. So we found out that there were a skills gap between what we were doing and what the consultants were bringing to the table. He rubbed off on myself and a number of other colleagues very well.
I took a leap of faith. I failed. I started all over again. Then iCentra was born. A center of excellence with a mission to transform people and organizations using innovation and technology.
iCentra is your go-to transformation partner for everything that you want. What we do at iCentra is not only help people and organizations to be excellent and to perform excellently. We start with ourselves. We build that excellence in us, that excellent spirit. And then we use that excellence to impact other people and organizations' lives. So basically, that's what we do. You come into iCentra, a caterpillar, we transform you into a butterfly.
So in 2019, through the FIG Foundation, which is now the Taopheek Babayeju Foundation, we were able to come up with an initiative called W40, which is focused on empowering women. So with W40, our goal was to be able to empower women professionally and business-wise in the area of development, mentorship, and capacity building. So in 2019, we put together the event and we brought in 40 women across Nigeria. Now, the event was very impactful. We had different mentors, both male and female, across different industries who came in, and we were able to teach women practical, technical, and soft skills in the area of profitability and finance, how to create a winning strategy for your business. We looked across things like sales, marketing, how to interact with your customer and really have a business that was going to win, and also looked at area of career coaching and mentoring. The event was successful. A lot of the women also had the opportunity and are even still being mentored by Mr. Taopheek Babayeju, as he will always say that he believes that we will not be able to solve all the problems in the world. However, we are able to make a change one woman at a time. And so we are glad as to the, through his leadership, the impact that we've made empowering women to be change makers and to be able to make true impact in the society.
So it was an empowerment program, but it was not a money empowerment program. It was better than money. It was a mental empowerment program for women specifically in business. I found about W40 through a friend, and she told me about it, that she was going for this empowerment program and she had registered for it. I was 1 year in business and I really needed all the help I could get in business. Luckily, I was able to register and I went for the training. They talked so much on business, etiquette, relationship management, finance. You know, they touched on every single thing about business. I said then I never had a mentor because I was really specific at what I wanted in a mentor. Mr. Taopheek said something. He said, for your business to, you know, last and thrive, you must learn to innovate or die. And ever since then, I had to think about it and I started to apply it to my business, even to my staff. Personally, in my personal life, I've been able to apply that, and you just keep getting better and better. Before I decided to make Mr. Taopheek my mentor, there was a question I asked every speaker, and he was the only one that could answer me accurately. I asked them, could you give me a step-by-step of how you were able to take your business from 0 to 100? He started to show us pictures of when he started as a phone repairer. He was very realistic and practical on how you can come from nothing to something. He was very accessible. He was very helpful. I could run to him, especially in resource management, what to do. And he was always there to help. And that's what you should look out for in a mentor, someone who is accessible. Your mentor should not be too busy for you.
I've always known that life is about service. So the question is, how do I serve? From Promocon to LeadPreneur, Creative Entrepreneur Association of Nigeria, CAN, TAP W40, and TAP Development Initiatives. All of this were aimed at creating opportunities, unlocking possibilities, and raising the next generation of leaders.
In 2013, Taopheek assembled a handful of us in his office, about 5 or 6 of us, and he articulated a gap that a lot of us were feeling, but we're not doing anything about. And he had this vision to create a revolutionary network of entrepreneurs and leaders. And he kept emphasizing the fact that leadership is a responsibility. Now, we live in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, which is seen as an administrative seat, as opposed to Lagos, that is a commercial territory. So it was very peculiar the way business was done in Abuja. And we also saw how leadership was carried out in Abuja, and that wasn't quite to our satisfaction. So we all sat down together and thought, how can we breach this gap and bring the two together, where you are entrepreneurs, but you did it with a sense of responsibility to the community, to the society that you were operating in, how we could also use the unique position of being business leaders in Abuja to push for policies that could, in effect, transform how business was done within the FCT. So that was the birth of the whole concept. Now, it took probably another 18 months before we had our first event, and Taopheek, in his normal, very thorough fashion, he didn't want it to just be a small group of people. He wanted it to be done properly. We now went on to establish it as a registered entity with a board of trustees and all of that. So there you see a part of him as well, being very, very thorough about everything that he does. He doesn't do it in halfway measures. He's very deliberate, he's very determined in getting results. And that was how LeadPreneur came about. And he made sure he picked people that he felt shared the vision and could drive that vision, of which I'm privileged to be one of them, yes.
Commitment to excellence and his dedication to service. Please welcome to the stage Taopheek Babayeju. Your passion for developing people, transforming organizations, and impacting society is an absolute inspiration. Thank you so much.
It was a very humbling experience for me to have been named PMI Eric Janet Person of the Year, a global award in recognition of excellence and contribution to the practice of project management globally. I also recollect with deep nostalgia winning such an award in Nigeria, where it all started from, in 2010. An award of excellence for most outstanding contribution to the project management practice in Nigeria. All of this for me, it's a call to more action, to serve more, and do more. Giving back is not charity, and it's not something you have to wait till you're a billionaire to do so. So my initiatives, including the TAP development initiatives, chiefly the Project 1500, which seeks to empower 1,500 young Africans and the underserved in digital transformation, project management, and agile methodology, are ways of giving back and unlocking several possibilities in the youth.
Taopheek is what I like to describe as steel fist in velvet gloves. He's got this inner strength that on the surface is not immediately apparent. He's very thorough. He is very meticulous. He is a thinker.
And he convinced me for me to see the reason why I need to rebrand. Everything you see today was anchored on what iCentra did. That's the man, Taopheek himself.
Enigmatic, if you want to call it. You never really understand. You don't know what side you're going to see. But trust me, at the end of the day, you will be impressed by what you get.
He's the number one person in the project management trajectory today as far as African continent is concerned. And that is no mean feat, And I would say that if you can aggregate everything he is today, along with where he's coming from, I think he's just getting started.
He's always on the journey of building legacy. He's always on a journey of sustainability. He's always on a journey of transformation and, building capacity, building people, building organizations. And so in years to come, I just literally seen him amplifying most of these qualities that he already has.
I believe in the possibilities of Africa, its youths, and the untapped potentials of our communities. I'm Taopheek Babayeju. I'm committed to unlocking possibilities and inspiring excellence.
Please make welcome Mr. Taopheek Babayeju.
My charge to you today is, what value are you creating? The value of life is not what we do for ourselves, but what we give to the next generation and what we do for others. And that is why we're here.